What is good, y'all? It's your boy Chris, and I'm coming at you guys with another YouTube video. I'm on a roll. And in this video, I'm gonna be talking about the experience of buying a used shoe from the GOAT app. The GOAT app is an app that you can download on your iPhone or on your Android device or whatever, and it's an app that allows you to shop all kinds of used and new shoes. So you're talking Jordan 1s, Yeezys, off-white shoes, anything like that, anything that's hyped up or even not hyped up. There's a huge marketplace of resellers trying to get the most out of their shoes and passing the savings on to you. But how is the actual experience of ordering something from GOAT? And more importantly, how accurate how accurate are the product descriptions and the product photos in comparison to the shoes that you actually receive? Now, before I get on with my experience with ordering through GOAT, it is something to be said about the fact that when you're buying a used shoe, it's always low-key a gamble. You never know what kind of angles people be working on in their photos when they're taking pictures of these shoes. So sometimes you might get finesse. That's just part of the deal. That's just part of the process of ordering a shoe that is used. Now, luckily, because you are using a service like GOAT, that the shoe gets sent to them before it gets sent to you, they do the authentication process first. So if something ain't adding up, hopefully you never end up getting bummed out on a deal. But how did my experience go? Did I get ripped off? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I ordered a pair of Jordan 1 Retro High OG Shadows for $180. And now these shoes, new in box for my size 10.5, are usually around $230 to $250. And I got a used pair for $180. Now on the photos for the listing, the shoe looked pretty decent. I was like, wow, for $180, this shoe looks like, you know, it was pretty much taken care of. Obviously, there's creases in the leather and they have been worn, but the main thing that I was looking for is like leather rubbing off or some threads poking out or like the soles being dirty. However, for the most part, everything looked pretty good. And now I buy my shoes to wear my shoes. I know, a novel concept. So I figured saving some money to get a pair of shoes that I'm probably gonna wear a lot anyway and gonna have that damage be done to a new pair of shoes within a few months, it's probably worth it to save some extra cash. So that's exactly what I decided to do. And here are the shoes themselves, the Jordan 1 Shadows in the exact condition that GOAT sent them to me. I've only worn them once so far. So everything you're seeing here is pretty much how I received the shoe. I'm gonna throw some B-roll up so that way you guys can get a closer look at the shoe and see exactly the kind of condition they came in. But essentially, I'm pretty pleased, man. One thing that really shocked me was how clean the bottom of the shoe looked. Like, it looked like it almost had never been worn before. I was really shocked with how clean these ended up coming in. I expected some dog shit, maybe some used meth needles back there, you know what I'm saying? Sharing is caring. I was figuring I was gonna get fucked up like that, but hey man, these look good. Like I said before, there is some creasing in the leather, but hey man, it's a Jordan 1. You're gonna wear this thing, it's gonna get that crease anyway. I ain't really concerned about that. These, to me, when I first opened them, I was like, God damn. These look great. These look immaculate. They looked better than I could have ever expected. And for how much money I saved, I feel like I really came up on a great deal. It is a little bit dirty on the sole, but I figured, hey man, I could probably clean that off, or even if it is permanent, they're not that noticeable anyway, so I don't really care about that. The only other defect I saw is that some of the stitching near the toe box was a little frayed, but again, I'm not losing sleep over that for how much I paid for these. I'm gonna hold that because these are a pair of Jordan 1 Shadows, one of my favorite colorways out of the Jordan 1, and I'm probably gonna wear this shoe to absolute death. So saving some money on that and having a little bit of damage on the shoe, to me, is not a big deal. And by the way, that little stitching was shown very clearly in the photos from GOAT, so it wasn't like I was blindsided by that. So overall, with my Jordan 1 Shadows, I am extremely pleased with the service I got out of GOAT. Now, what's interesting here is that I also ordered another pair of shoes, but I don't have that pair of shoes on me. What happened? Well, the other pair that I bought was another pair of Jordan 1 shoes, and this time it was the bread toes. Now, this shoe I was getting from a seller who was selling them for $270. Now, this shoe goes for about 400 brand new in my size. So again, a huge savings that I was gonna be receiving. However, I noticed that this shoe's order progress was taking a lot longer than my shadows were. Very curious. I got my shadows probably 3 days after I had ordered them, which was extremely fast because, as you guys know, the shoes go from the seller to GOAT and from GOAT directly to you. So the fact that I received them in like 3 days was mind-blowing. I was not expecting to receive them that soon. But hey man, it worked out. Maybe it's my location, I don't know, but I was ecstatic to get these when I got them. But the bread toes were taking a long time. The bread toes took maybe 4 to 5 days before the original seller even shipped them. And then a day after the seller shipped them, GOAT received them and they were going through the authentication process. And you can check all of this stuff on the GOAT app itself by clicking on your profile in the bottom right. And then in the top left of the app, you're gonna see a button that says orders. You click that and you see a list of all of your orders and you can see the progress in which your order is in. So I had been checking that periodically and I kept checking it to get some updates. I'm like, hey man, what's happening with my shoes? Eventually I get an email from GOAT saying that I have some refund options available. And apparently the bread toes that were sent to GOAT were confirmed to be replicas. Oh man, that shit hurted. But I am so glad that GOAT caught them, because if I would have received some replica bread toes, look man, I'm new to this whole sneaker thing. I probably would have never known. From the pictures I saw from the GOAT app, everything looks pretty good. So I would have been rocking some goddamn fakes on my feet and I would have never known until I pulled up trying to flex on some people and they say, hey man, he wearing some fake. And then I would have went home crying and shit, bro. Nah, I'm glad GOAT caught them. And even better, immediately GOAT gives you 2 refund options. You can either receive full credit back on your GOAT app account, so you'll get your however much you spent. In my case, it was $270. Credited to your account immediately to buy another pair of shoes, whether it's the same pair or you just change your mind, you want to buy something else, you can do that. Or it goes straight back to your original payment method within 2 to 3 business days. Now me, what I chose to do is I was dead set. I was like, I want these fucking bread toes. I don't care what I gotta do. These bread toes will be mine. So I selected the GOAT credit and immediately started looking for another pair of bread toes. Now, unfortunately for me, with my luck, real tough, man, I can't take this shit no more. It turns out that a lot of the bread toes, even used, were going for a lot more than they were when I originally purchased the bread toes. So I could not find anything in my size that I felt like was acceptable quality for anything less than $345. Now, my original pair that I had ordered was $270, a pretty big gap there. However, I go on my sleuth mode and I'm like, all right, well, let me see what kind of other options are there. You know, I want to see, I want to make sure I'm getting the best deal I can. So on the GOAT app again, you know, I went from used and I just checked brand new. Hey man, how much is a pair of new bread toes in my size? And it was $400. So I'm sitting there, I'm looking, I'm like, okay, I got this $270 of GOAT credit, and a brand new pair of bread toes is only $60 more than I'm spending. And since I'm spending so much, I may as well splash for a new pair. With the Jordan 1, since it was like a lower amount, or for the shadows I should say, since it was a lower amount, I was okay with saving like, you know, I don't know, like 50, 60 bucks, because the percentage of savings would be a lot higher than at the bread toes. I figured that was a well worth trade-off there. However, being so close to just having a brand new pair of bread toes, I was like, I think I would rather go for that than spend $340 and then end up, you know, getting a used pair, when in all actuality I could have probably just spent a little bit more in the long run and gotten a brand new pair. Especially that the pair that I was looking at that was $345 had one shoe with the black laces and the other shoe with the red laces, and it did not come with the original laces. And I was like, man, do I really want to go through all that? Nah, I think I'm just gonna spend the extra guala and get me a brand new pair. So now I've got a brand new pair of bread toes on the way from GOAT. And the good thing about GOAT is that if they have a pair of shoes that they've already authenticated. You do not have to wait for the seller to send them to GOAT. They just ship them to you automatically. And this pair was one of those pairs. So it's already verified by GOAT. I know it's gonna be legit and they're gonna be sending it first thing Monday morning. And I'm really excited for that because I get my shoes a lot quicker and I know for sure that they're already gonna be verified, so I don't have to go through this again. And I will be making an update video on what buying a brand new pair of shoes from GOAT is like, because as I just said, the bread toes will be brand new, unlike my shadows, which were used. So be on the lookout for that video. But overall, I would say my first experience with GOAT was a very positive one. Yes, somebody tried to sell me replicas, but because of GOAT's authentication service, I ain't get caught off. So I'm very lucky, and I want to thank the staff at GOAT for doing that, because if I had a pair of bread toes that's gonna crumble on my feet like Zion Williamson, you know what I'm saying? That's not gonna make me happy. But we'll see what I have to think about the new pair. Now, I know a lot of people hate on GOAT, and I know a lot of people swear by StockX. However, I know that there's a reverse too. If I was to look at getting a brand new pair of dead stock shoes that I wanted, I'd probably go to StockX first. But if I'm hunting around the used market, I'm using GOAT every fucking time. But yeah, man, have you guys ever ordered anything from GOAT? Let me know in the comments. How did that shit go for you? And have you ever ordered something through StockX? I might have to make an update video and order a pair of shoes through StockX and talk about my experience with them. But so far, I would say GOAT is dope. My biggest gripe with GOAT is the fact that you have to pay $10 shipping, a flat rate. That's just kind of whack, like $10 shipping in this era where I could go on Amazon and order me my extra small condoms with next day shipping for free. That's a little iffy. I feel like they should just call it what it is, and it's really like a service fee at the end of the day. But hey, it is what it is. They're doing their business, and for used shoes, I wouldn't go anywhere else personally. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope I answered all of your questions. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I might respond to them, or if there's enough questions, make an update video on this and answering all your guys' questions. So feel free to let me know. As always, follow me on all my social medias. Links are in the description if you are curious and you want to see more of my dumbass on more platforms. Feel free to do that. Anyways, my name is Chris. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Hope you have a good day. I don't know why it's in my blood to say that, because I know deep down I don't really give a shit how your day went. I just kind of, I don't know, want to be nice, I guess, but I ain't nice. So I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.